Morning, dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe at home and take good care of your health. Dear children, today we are going to start lesson number 9, that is the subject verb agreement. The name of the chapter is subject verb agreement. Today we are going to talk about this topic. Before starting this topic in detail, first of all we should know what is a subject, what is a verb, and what is the meaning of agreement. Subject. About what we speak in a sentence is called a subject. Verb. Verb is a word which expresses the action, state of being, or the possession. Agreement. What is the meaning of agreement? Agreement means agreeing two elements in a sentence. When two elements in a sentence, two parts of the sentence agree with each other, that is called agreement. Now, let us see this example. Rohan plays cricket. What is the subject in this sentence? We should know. How to find out the subject in a sentence? We used to ask a question. Who plays? Who is performing the action of playing? We get the answer. Rohan. Rohan is performing the action of playing. So we say Rohan is the subject. About Rohan we are talking in this sentence. Rohan is performing the action. So Rohan is the subject. Now how do we come to know about the verb? We ask question, who performs the action we came to know, that is subject. Rohan is doing what? What is he doing? He is playing. Action of playing is performed by the Rohan. So plays is a verb in this sentence. And agreement. Today we are going to study about subject verb agreement. What this is? What is this? It is the idea that you want your subject and your verb to get along in a sentence. Your subject and verb should get along in a sentence. Now in detail we'll study about what is agreement. First of all, we should understand the term agreement properly. What agreement is in grammar is the art of making sure that sentence parts connect with one another in a right way. The parts of the sentence, different elements in the sentence should be connected with each other in a right way. That is called the agreement. When different elements or different parts in a sentence are connected with each other in a right way, that means there is proper agreement. Now here we are going to study about subject verb agreement. When subject agrees with its verb, we'll see. In a simple way we say, if the verb is in singular, if the subject is singular, we use the singular verb. If the subject is plural, we use the plural verb. So likewise, according to the subject, when we use the verb, we say there is agreement between the subject and the verb. If verb is not used, we do not use the proper form of the verb according to the subject, it means there is no agreement between the subject and the verb, and there will be grammatical mistakes. So in this chapter we are going to study how to bring agreement between the subject and the verb. Dear children, you can see your book page number 69. The important points, remember the small boxes given. In that you can see the first point. The number and person of the subject determine the form of the verb to be used in a sentence. The number and person of the subject. What is the number and what is the person? We should know first of all. Number means whether the subject is in singular form, singular or plural. Whether the subject is singular or plural. And person means first person, second person, or the third person. Singular and plural means if the subject is one, we say it is singular in number. If we are talking about more than one thing or more than one person, we say the subject is in plural number. And person, the first person means the first person denotes the speaker. First person means who is speaking. First person denotes the speaker. Second person denotes the person spoken to, whom we are talking, to whom we are talking. The second person is the person spoken to. And the third person is, the third person denotes the thing or person spoken of or about whom we are talking. First person denotes to the speaker, person who is speaking, speaker. Second person denotes the person spoken to, and third person denotes the person or thing spoken of or spoken about. So this is the number and person. The number and person, and the sentence we studied the first point. The number and person of the subject determine the form of the verb to be used in a sentence. According to the number and person of the subject, we use the correct form of the verb in a sentence. Second one is the number, person and gender of noun also play an important role in the selection of personal pronouns in the sentence. Number, person, and one more thing we studied, the gender. Gender means whether it is masculine, feminine, common or neuter. Gender. These three terms, number, person and gender of noun, also play an important role in the selection of personal pronouns. Personal pronouns we select as per the number, person and the gender of the subject. This condition that determines the selection of different words in a sentence is called agreement. This condition that determines the selection, the condition which decides the selection of the different words is called the agreement. Now, let us see some examples. Dear children, you can see two examples on the board. The first one is, one of the girls in our class is very talented. First of all, we should know what is the subject. We should find out about what we are talking. We are talking in this sentence about one of the girls. Don't get confused. Girls is in plural. We are talking about one girl. Out of many, we are talking about one girl. So, the subject is singular in number. One of the girls in our class. We studied that according to the number and person of the subject, we use the correct form of the verb, and this is what called the agreement. So, here the subject is singular. Singular subject. And what is the verb? The verb is. Is the verb. And what kind of verb it is? It is the form of be verb we studied. Already we studied the action verbs and verbs of being. So, it is the be verb. It is the form of be verb, and that is also singular in number. The verb is also singular. So, dear children, when the subject is singular, we use the singular verb. Always remember, when the subject is singular, we use singular verb, and when the subject is plural, we use plural verb. You can see the next example. The students admire her. What is the subject? The subject is the students. What kind of? It is plural in number. The subject is plural in number. It is the subject and it is plural in number. Now, what is the verb? Admire is a verb. And dear children, in present tense, the verbs of action, when in plural form, they do not carry s with them. We use base form of the verb. Base form of the verb stands with plural subject. That means this verb is also plural in number. Plural in number. Dear children, if I write one more example here on the board, the student admires her. The student admires her. Here you can see S is not used, and here you can see S is used. Why? Because when the subject is plural, we use the plural form of the verb, and in simple present tense, we do not carry S with it. We use base form of the verb, and that is the plural form. And when we talk about the singular subject, we add S with the verb. Now this is the, and adding S here doesn't mean it is plural in number. It is also singular in number, and the subject is also singular in number. So dear children, always remember, in present tense, action verbs, when the subject is plural, we do not add S with it. We use the base form of the verb, and when the subject is singular in number, we add S or ES form with the verb, and it is the singular, it indicates the singular number. The verb is in singular form. Dear children, you can see here the pronoun her is used. We studied that the number, the person and the gender also play an important role in the selection of personal pronouns. We use personal pronouns according to the number and gender. The students admire her, maybe talking about any female, any lady we are talking about, singular in number. So the pronoun her is used because she is female, she is singular in number. So the pronoun her is used here.